Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Benny's come to show you some yoga before we... welcome back to my channel, a Sunday live. I feel like it's been a little while, so thank you for joining me this morning. I've got a shoulder mobility flow for you today, so some strengthening, some stretching. I've also got some other rest of the body poses in so that we feel like we've done a little bit of everything. So we're going to start in child's pose. If you want to just widen your knees to be about as wide as your mat and your big toes to come towards each other, sit your bum towards your heels and then walk those hands away. Let your forehead come to rest on, maybe closing your eyes and just giving yourself a moment to find some stillness and to start listening to your breath. Allow each inhale to take just a moment longer, and matching that length with the exhale as you send the breath all the way out. Keep finding lots of length in the side body with each breath in, and continuing to find a heaviness through the torso, the chest, the head with each breath out. And then maybe just stacking your hands up onto fingertips to give those shoulders, that upper body, a little bit more of a chance to open. Tenting the hands as you think of broadening the shoulder blades across your upper back. Keep broadening through the rib cage with the inhale and softening on the exhale. And then from here, maybe just lifting the gaze towards the hands. Walk them off towards the right side, so chest and body towards right thigh. And you can either keep the hands tented as they were, or perhaps the left hand can hold the right. So that left side body feels super long, keeping that left sit bone feeling heavy down towards your feet. Breathe into that left side body, let it feel longer. And then exhale, walk yourself all the way over to the other side. Again, right hand can choose if it wishes to hold on to the left. Give a gentle pull against it, and then breathe into that right rib cage. Great, one more, breathing in. And then breathing out, walking back onto the mat all the way up till you're sat onto your shins, and then just bringing the knees a little closer together. With a deep circle the arms to the sky, lifting the fingertips tall, gazing up. And then exhale, let the right hand or fingertips come to the floor beside you. From there, gaze goes under left armpit, hips push a little bit towards the left. And then thinking of backstroke, take 3 big circles with that arm, making them as large as possible, really focusing on that backward movement as if you're reaching as far behind you as you can. And then taking your arm back into the sky, chest open, send the gaze up. One more breath as you are. And then as you exhale, the arm in the sky goes and places behind your feet. Right hand comes to the outer of the thigh as you give yourself a little twist. Maybe that hand behind you could hold your feet to give you a little extra something to pull or push against. As you come back to center, breathing in, circle the arms back to the sky. As you exhale, left hand.
Okay, it's back.
I think I lost connection. Where were we? We had left hand beside us, right arm up and over. And then use your exhale for that hand to go behind you, left hand to come to the outside of the thigh. Give yourself a little pull into that twist, thinking of turning the whole body, not just the gaze, not just the head. One last time. And then exhale to come back to center. Hands come behind you, palm faces palm to make a fist. Deep breath in as you pull the fist to the floor, lift the chest, lift the chin. And then exhale, thinking of folding your body over the legs. Chin tucks towards the chest as you lift that fist away from your body and open into the shoulders. Think of broadening across the front of the chest as the shoulder blades squeeze together. Hold it there, inhale. And then exhale. Release it as you roll your body all the way up and send your hands out onto the mat in front of you to come towards tabletop. So we're going to do a little bit of a hybrid of a cat and cow as well as some scapular push-ups. So as you inhale and drop through the belly, lift through the chest, look only slightly forwards, not all the way forwards. I want you to allow your chest to dip down and squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then as you exhale, rounding the spine, broaden the shoulder blades, tuck tailbone. So here we have cat. It's more like a normal cat here. And then as you scoot back down towards cow, belly dips, but shoulder blades squeeze together so the chest is dipping as well. Breathing out, rounding broad shoulder blades, chin to the chest. Breathing in, chest and belly sinking down to the mat, shoulder blades squeeze together. One more each, rounding that spine. Tailbone tucks, abdominals engaged. And then ribs and chest dip down, arms stay straight, squeeze those shoulder blades together. As you draw yourself back towards a neutral shape, tuck the toes under behind you, lift the knees, press the thighs back as you come to down dog, and maybe just give those legs a little pedal out to let the hamstrings and the calves wake up. Sit bones nice and tall and shoulder blades stay broad across your upper back. Breathing in and all the way out. Use the whole palm of the hand to push down. Really think of your index finger knuckle as it roots down into the mat. Hold what you have for your last breath. And then walking your hands to the back of the mat to come to meet your feet into a ragdoll fold. So knees stay softly bent, belly and thighs close together. Allow your arms to dangle here, or you could cross them if you prefer. Maybe taking a soft sway from left to right, left to right. Letting the lower back feel nice and long, as well as the back of the legs. And then from this ragdoll fold, you can keep the legs just as bent as they are. Right hand comes to the floor. You might want to use a block if your hamstrings are pretty tight. And then inhale, left arm to the sky as you twist. Right knee can bend as much as it needs to. You could try and find a little more length in the left leg. Arm in the sky could then choose, if it wants to drape over the lower back and maybe hook those fingers around your right thigh. Roll that left shoulder behind you. Take a deep breath in. And then release it as you breathe out and switch the hands, right arm to the sky. Inhale. Left leg bends. Right leg can find a little bit more length. It can stay in the sky, or as you exhale, drape the arm over the lower back. See if the fingertips can find that left thigh. Deep belly breath. And then exhale. Release it back down to the mat. From here, looking forwards, walk your way into a plank. So shoulders are going to come on top of the wrists. Tailbone is tucked, heels push out behind you, holding that nice strong shape. Belly hollowing out in front. Deep breath in. And then on the breath out, we're going to come all the way down to the mat. Perhaps you want to choose to drop the knees first, that you can descend with control. Elbows grazing the rib cage, nice and slow down to the floor. Keeping your hands where they are, so pretty much either side of your ribs. Root down through your pelvis, and as you inhale, float your chest, float your hands, look forwards for baby cobra. Squeezing shoulder blades towards each other. Think of a nice broadness across your chest, strengthening through that lower back as you reach out through your toes. Keep holding, looking forwards, inhale. As you exhale, release it down and then step your hands further forward so they're in front of your shoulders, maybe a little bit wider. Keep those shoulders away from your ears, and as you inhale, let your hands help you lift that little bit taller towards full cobra. Elbows in, shoulders down, root down through the pelvis. Breathe into the belly, feel like you're stretching your front body. And breathing out. And then take one more. Use the exhale, release your way down, and then in a moment I'm going to get you to rest your forehead onto the floor, so I might just show you what we're doing first. You're going to rest your forehead down, right arm goes forwards, left arm goes back, a little bit like Superman, and then reaching your fingertips towards each other behind your back. You can join me here now if you like, we can then move. So reach your fingertips towards each other just like cow face arms, and then circle the arms all the way round. So now left arm is forwards, right arm is back. See if you can find your hands towards each other. Circling round, right arm forwards, left arm back. See if they can find each other. Circling all the way back round, noticing how one side is perhaps significantly different to the other. Again, circle round, right arm is forwards, let them reach towards each other. Circle them all the way back round. Last one, left hand reaches down, maybe they can touch. As you release your hands back underneath your chest, draw your elbows out into Sphinx. So shoulders above, elbows, chest is facing forwards. Press down into those elbows and think of drawing them back towards the body as the chest is forwards. Again, rooting down through the hips, reaching out through the toes. Left arm is going to stay down to support you, bending right knee as your right hand comes to hold your foot, giving it a pull in towards your bum. Now, depending on what sort of level of mobility your shoulders already have, you might want to stay with this variation where you're pulling your foot. If you've already got a great deal of movement, you might want to let your fingertips face the same direction as your toes, and as you roll your elbow on top, fingertips are still pointing forwards and you're turning it into a push. Those that are into this class because they need to increase their shoulder mobility will probably struggle with that. So just keep it as a pull motion, feeling this openness in the front of the right chest as well. Obviously, that right quad is very much stretching. I want you to root down to the right hip. Stay nice and strong through the glutes. One more deep breath in, chest is lifted. Breathing out as you release, let your right elbow come down, switching sides. Left hand holds that foot and again, either giving it a pull, chest stays forward, so try not to twist. Otherwise, fingertips face direction of toes, roll the elbow on top and turn it into a push. Root down through the front of the left side, squeezing through glutes. Deep breath in. And then exhale, releasing it. Let your elbows come back into your Sphinx. Palms either come together or you could make a fist if you prefer. Tuck your toes under behind you. Think of a strong core as you rise your body up towards forearm plank. Tailbone is tucked, thinking of a nice hollow belly. Broaden those shoulder blades across your upper back. In our forearm plank, we've got our gaze down towards our wrists or our hands or somewhere just below our face. And then from here, I want you to walk your feet in as your hips rise to the sky and send your gaze back towards your feet for Dolphin. So our hamstrings can very much limit us here, but we want to focus on our shoulders today rather than our hamstrings, so you can let your knees be as bent as you need to. Root down into your elbows and push your chest back towards your legs. Push down into the elbows to think of letting the crown of the head lift as far off of the mat as you can. Make as much space for it as possible. Keep pushing, keep rooting down. Sit bones are tall and the thighs are pressing back. Keep holding here. Dolphin is probably the best shoulder mobility because it takes so much strength, but wow, are we trying to stretch as well. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last one. And then from there, if you've got a little bit of juice left, see if you can step yourself up into down dog. Otherwise, you could drop your knees first. You can readjust the length if perhaps they didn't match and allow those shoulders to stay pushing. Thighs pressed to the back of the room. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Then from here, left knee is going to drop down onto the mat. Right knee is then going to tuck in behind it. Squeeze the thighs towards each other. Open your feet wider than your bum. So as we come to sit all the way back between the heels, we're in cow face legs. Now, if this doesn't work, just take simple cross legs with left shin in front. 2 sit bones to the floor. Keep the chest nice and tall. Let your hands come together in front of you. Push the palms towards each other. Ribs stay down. We don't want to take any movements through our core here. I want you to lift your arms up and over. See if your thumbs can tap between your shoulder blades and draw them all the way back in front of you. Again, up and over. Keep the gaze forwards. Keep the ribs in and all the way back down. And then up and over. Press the palms towards each other. And then last one, send the arms up, send them over. This time as you come back, spinning off to face towards the left side as you twist. Right arm can rest the outside of the thigh as you give yourself a little bit of push, a bit of extra rotation as you gaze over that left shoulder. Rising tall, breathe in and out. Great. As you draw yourself all the way back around to face center, keep twisting, this time to go over the right shoulder, coming all the way around. So you're going to face the back of the mat. The feet are quite wide. They're about as wide as your mat. Think of a long, flat spine. Feel the length in the back of the hamstrings. And then turn the heels ever so slightly in as you sink your bum down into your yogi squat, into your malasana. Don't worry, we will turn around to face forwards again in a moment. Hands can lower down as they press the elbows into the thighs to broaden that openness into the hip. You can always bring your feet a little bit more narrow and allow your heels to stay lifted if your hips are not very cooperative here. Right hand is going to step off the right side of the mat, let it pin the right leg back, and as you inhale, the left arm rises to the sky. You stay here or turn it into a bind by wrapping the bottom arm around the front of the shin and the arm in the sky going to find the fingertips behind your back. Keep turning that left chest open, inhale. And exhale. Draw yourself back to center, straight to the second side. Left arm reaches out, push the knee backwards. Right arm to the sky as you turn the gaze up towards it. Option to stay here, it's a lovely opening, or you could take the arms around your back and see if you can find that twist. Deep breath in. And then breathing out, release, so your fingertips come off the mat in front of you. Lift those hips back towards the sky. Feet are going to stay where they are. Pivot off towards your right hand side, so you're coming back to face forwards. And as you lower the knees down, we've found ourselves into cow face pose on the other side. So the right leg is on top. If cow face pose doesn't work for your hips, again, it's cross legs, but right shin in front this time. Hands in front of chest, same as before. Lift the hands up and over, tap between shoulder blades, drawing them all the way back towards your center. Keep your core engaged, try and minimize any movement from your lower back towards center. And then last two, all the way up, bring back to center, and then last one. Reaching down between those shoulder blades, this time twisting off towards your right. As you just move yourself into a bit more of a twist. Lifting through the torso, breathing in, and then breathing out. Draw yourself back to face center. Untangle those legs and bring them out onto the floor in front of you. Just have a little bit of space behind. Feet are going to be hip distance apart, facing forwards. Right hand places behind you, pointing towards the back of the mat, not too close to your feet. You want quite a long distance. As you inhale, lift your bum up, reach your left arm alongside your shoulder, and your gaze stays down towards the floor beneath you. So your chest feels like it's rolling over. Breathing out, sit your bum back down, taking it to the other side, left hand behind you, pointing backwards. Lift the hips, reach the right arm up and over, tailbone is tucked. Good, releasing down, one more on each side. Right hand places behind you, lift the hips, reach the arm, roll the chest down. Last one, down to the floor, left hand behind you, lifting your bum, reaching your arm, gaze towards hand. As you sit your bum, take both hands behind you, this time fingers pointing in the same direction as your toes. Press down into those feet, lift your bum and come to your reverse tabletop. Chin can stay at the chest, or if you want to, you can send your gaze to the sky. But think of the chest rising up between the shoulder heads, nice and long from knees up towards shoulders. One more breath in. And then breathing out, pop your bum down onto the mat. Send your feet further away from you so the legs are pretty much straight, toes towards the sky. Inhale, create as much length in the side body as you can, grow tall. And then as you exhale, allow yourself to fold a little bit forwards, trying to maintain that length in your spine. You could always use a strap if you wanted to make that reach a little more comfortable, or you could keep the knees a little more bent. Deep breath in, lengthening the torso. Slow breath out, allowing the body to fold towards those thighs. Two more. Last one. Great, releasing your feet, taking a cross-legged shape. Doesn't matter which leg is in front, your choice. A nice deep breath in, we'll circle the arms to the sky. And as you exhale, allow yourself to fold forwards. palms to the mat in front of you, letting your head hang between the upper arms. Maybe choosing to close your eyes and not feeling the need to push yourself into your deepest fold here. Allow it to be something soft, somewhere where the body can slow a little. Just feeling the breath start to move a little more shallow as we wind down here. And then walking those hands in, drawing yourself back upright to your sit bones. Your final breath in circles those arms to the sky. And your final breath out to draw your hands down towards your belly and your chin down towards your chin. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me this morning. I hope your shoulders are feeling very much awakened and moving a little more freely. I'd love to hear what you thought of the class into the comments or the chat box below the live. And those that missed my little announcement via my Instagram, I'm not going to continue doing the Sunday mornings live, but I will be uploading a class, and I'll probably keep it uploaded in the morning so that you guys have something different to try out each week. So thank you so much for joining me on these lives. It's been a wonderful way to work our way through this rather unusual year, but I hope you can continue to enjoy my classes on my channel. Thank you for the support and have a lovely day. See you soon, guys.